107, yeah. Okay, so I'm Anja. On my back is Sean the Harp in his new bag, which we picked up in Rainen, somewhere at day 60, 90, whatever. And we are in Germany. I haven't done any life updates for a little while. There was a lot going on in Holland. It was all very much family and friends and more family, and I don't know. I didn't want to share. So yeah, I was showered with love in Holland in a different way than I thought I would. So I have a sleeping bag that is up to par. I've got a new bag for the harp, which is completely up to par. And where do I go? I think I go straight on. Oh yeah, I know where I am. And I also had worked on my teeth, which was also lots of love. I spent some time with my aunt and uncle. I spent some time with my cousin. And now I have to cross the road. And today, yeah, here we are. Thank you very much. There you go. And the other side as well. So now, I came into Germany on day 101 from here to Jerusalem, and yeah, lots of people still speak Dutch. I'm still in the Duchy of Cleven, which is pretty close to the Dutch border, halfway to Cologne in Xanten. Xanten was quite a big fort, a camp town on the Rhine, on the Niederrhein. And there's also a legend that comes from this area of the world, which is Friedrich and the Nibelungen. So you have to excuse me. I am completely, as they say, an innocent. It sounds familiar, but I have no idea what the story is. But what I did get away from it so far is that there is loot, there's gold, and there are castles and princes and princesses and all kinds of, fairy tale stories. There's lots of miracles came from this part of the world. And yesterday, for instance, I was in Marienbaum. I had stopped in Marienbaum 4 days ago to go and visit an Irish friend of mine, Phil Cosby, I was doing so well at Mülheim on der Rhein, which is in the middle of the Ruhr, and I thought I was not going to make it on foot. And in Germany at this moment in time, if you take any of the normal public transport, you buy a ticket for €9, and that'll give you free transport then for the rest of the month. So that's what I've bought. So I went to Mülheim an der Ruhr and spent 2 nights there with Phil and his girlfriend, and it was really, really, really wonderful to see them. And then I had to get back on a train and another train and a bus to get back to the place where I stopped, Marienbaum. Now, in Marienbaum, a miracle happened. In the early Middle Ages, there is a boy finds a cross, I think, or there's a sheep, and it's a tree, and there's a cross in it. The tree has grown across. So I need to read up on this. I'm working on it. This is all like totally unfamiliar to me, so it's really nice to discover all of it. Kleve has the story of the Zwanenburg, a man who marries a woman, and when she asks him where he's from, he says, "You can never ask me this." And she's otherwise, we won't have a family. And she promises never to ask him. But many years later, after 7 children or so, or a load of children, she decides she wants to know after all. So she asks him, and when she asks, he is pulled by swans into the Rhine. Now, there you go. How cool is that like? So the Sonnenberg is then on the hill, on top of the hill, and looks out over this, like what used to be a whole designed garden, which was designed by one of the Nassaus of the 17th century. I mean, it's all bloody outlandish. It's amazing. Like, I ended up sleeping at a place where the hothouse flowers were caught. And I camped out there in the garden and had my bath in their swimming pool, which looked out over this castle in the distance. So it has been an adventure and a half. And then yesterday I walked from Marienbaum, from this church, this old church, into Xanten. But then it turned out my bed was actually in Vinnen, so I had to walk all the way back. But that's okay. I did, and I slept there. I had a couch there, a couch surfing couch, and I'll be staying there tonight as well. And then tomorrow I'm going to start walking from Xanten. I can take the bus from Marienbaum again back into Xanten and can start walking there. Now, so today I went into the town. So Vinnen is on what they call the North and the Zuiderzee. It was a sand winning pit up to 30 years ago, and now it's full of water, and they have created like a summer resort around here. There, Jugendherberge, with quite a lot of rooms, and you can rent canoes and paddles, and it's all wonderful. Now, so I'm walking next to that at the moment, back to Vinnen. So Vinnen also has a medieval church, which has a story connected to it of Broeder Klaus. Broeder Klaus was a monk, and he was full of wisdom, and he was around this area. Not only was he from around this area, Xanten was also the home to the priest who ends up being the founder of the Kneipp therapy idea, which is everybody who goes to a pharmacy, who goes to a pharmacy from time to time will know that there are Kneipp products, like balm for tired feet, tired legs. Apparently he does a lot with herbalism, so a lot with plants and herbs, and he is from this area, so he's from the Xanten area. Now Xanten is just into the next district of Cologne, or Cologne. Obviously, by the name you can hear that it has been part of France as well as Germany, and of course those borders are not always as clear. I've noticed in the past few days that a lot in the commemoration stuff that you see around, which we see in every European country, people that died in the First and Second World War, is that there are an awful lot of Dutch names like Janssen and Terbeek, Den Berg. They feature a lot here. So we're not far from the Rhine, and the Romans fought the Germans here to try and get to the other side of the Rhine, and of course they never really made it. They were defeated. So in Xanten, or in Vinnen, the church, interestingly enough, is dedicated to Martinique, to Saint Martin, the man who gives a piece of his cloak to Christ before he dies, who gives half of his cape to a beggar who then is Christ. I think is it something like that? Anyway, you come across him on the way to Rome. Yeah, I'm not that Bible fast. I know my saints. I know what they do. But with all due respect, there are so many of them. Where am I? Oh yeah, I remember. So, he was there, and now, what you see here a lot are these carved wooden, big altar pieces with carvings, and so you can actually read the story from the carvings. They have all the symbols, and it is just stunning. So, I spent quite a lot of time talking to the vicar of the St. Martin Church. Now, and he was rattling off all the dates and everything that was there. But as I understand it, that the first church there was around 1100 already. A lot of what didn't get destroyed in the war is from much later. But the organ and stuff, there's a lot of 1980s restorations. And the west of the church, so the nave of the church points towards the place where the Marienbaum miracle happened. So he was saying that there is an entwinement with those two churches, because just as with the miracle of Amsterdam, initially the cross was brought to the bigger church. So the host was brought in the end to the priest with the bigger church, and both times the bit that becomes holy then returns. He was also talking about Willy Broders, and he was talking about who else? Saint Martin, and yeah. Well, he was fast. He also told me everything about the clocks, and I can't remember any of it. But there were clocks there from the Middle Ages. There were clocks there that had gone to Marienbaum. They had also the Mary that I photographed, I believe, in Marienbaum, originated in Wienen. So it was really nice to be able to get into the church, have a look around. I made some photographs, and then I walked on along all this waterway, and we'll come to a big lake there now at Wienen again as well. And then I walked into it was warm enough, like it was something like 24 degrees, and I walked into Xanten, and they walked by the Roman Park. So what they've done, in Xanten it's like a square. And they found remains of the camp, and they have rebuilt things like the theatre, and you can see the remains of the termen that they had there. Now the Rhine would have come up to the fort, so where I'm walking now would have been water, would have been like, or floodplain at least, from the Rhine floodplain. Xanten is lovely. The dome is stunning. There's also a contemporary saint, a man who died in Dachau in 1944, which is in the crypt of the dome. The dome is just stunning, and I walk in there. Like, part of it was destroyed, and there's new windows at the back of the church, which also holds these angels. I have to look up what they were exactly, but there is a piece of somebody there. It could be that there is a piece of Saint Willibrord there, or that he did some work there, but I don't remember this. Don't kill me over the false information. I'd have to look that up. But there is, and the carvings of those angels are beautiful. You can see the old town wall. There's an old mill. It was busy, like there were people everywhere. There was a market with selling cloth, and so tailoring stuff, needles, thread, different types of cloth, Jersey. It was busy, busy, busy. Lots of cafes around, lots of people sitting around. And I met this elderly couple and they invited me to come and stay with them on Tuesday. So now, this is it, the weather. So the weather all over Europe has been like scorching, crazy, crazy, crazy hot. Here, it hasn't gone over 28 yet, but from tomorrow it is going to go up 33, 37. So I am slowly in the morning, really early. This is it. There is a place here, Esperanza, which is like a program, a Catholic program, Franciscans, people that are trying to find their way back into society after drugs. And I'm thinking of calling them, like they were open today, they run a cafe on Saturdays and Sundays, but Xanten took so much time, like there was so much to see that I didn't make it back in time. So I'm going to call them either tonight or tomorrow morning early and ask if I can come by there. That's here just halfway between Xanten and Wienen, and then I have to find a way back into Xanten, or I go into Xanten tomorrow straight and start walking. I haven't figured that out yet. Anyway, Tuesday I have another bed in Xanten for a night. I could stay here tomorrow night as well, but I haven't decided on that yet either, because I don't know how the public transport situation is tomorrow, where I'm going to go to, because I might not get very far. Now I've cut off part of the Jacobsweg, because there was a Limes route again, which went over the old railway from Marienbaum to Xanten. So that was really interesting. And then I found out that I had to go back to Wienen, so I had to come off that. So I was thinking I might finish that walk actually tomorrow. I might finish that. And go back to Xanten and then make my way a few kilometers out and see how far I get. And then in the afternoon just stop and walk until late. And then in the morning do the same thing. Get up really early, walk, stop in the afternoon, and then walk in the evening, and then go back to Xanten and rest there. So that's a plan maybe. It sounds actually good when I say it like that, because it's going to be hot. It's going to be very, very, very warm. So I'm going to look at the route, which route suits me the best. You know, I'll be looking for shade, trees, and water. They are kind of the things that keep me as cool as possible. Now I know that if it goes up over 39, 40, by 42 I get, my body starts swelling up. I can't take the pressure. So I'll have to take it very easy and very handy. And I'm kind of grateful that I'm still this far north, because I don't read a lot of newspapers and stuff, but I believe I've heard reports of the south of Europe burning again. And here it is dry, and you can see that the water levels, even here in these lakes, in the Diezensee, they're lower than usual. So yeah, I really have nothing to complain about. Like, I've been having a very, very, very good time. I played in our folks' home in Clonakilty. I had an offer to play in another one, but I played then on a terrace in Clonakilty as well, and I played somewhere else in the evening, and then this morning I played for the family. I'm feeling good. I'm a little bit hungry now. But I think there might be dinner when I return. Everybody has to do stuff in the morning, so that's good for me, because it means I will be out of the door by 8 o'clock. So that's good. So all I have to do now is get back to Winnen, just past the church, past the saying of Brother Klaus. And from Xanten I'll be heading towards, where am I heading to? Oh yeah, Rheinberg. And Rheinberg then towards Moors, Cologne. And I had said that I would be in Cologne in about 7 days. That is given if I have, I believe, I need to do 20 kilometers a day for that. So, yeah, slowly, there should be no reason why I couldn't. And if I do in the really hot days only 15, then that is fine as well, because then the temperature will come down again. There might be even some rain, which would be good for the land. I can't believe I'm saying that out loud. Yeah, I feel loved and taken care of. So, hello. And yeah, Holland was really strange. It was really, really beautiful, and it was really, really lovely to be there with my friends. But it was all way too personal for me. It was really good. It was becoming overwhelming. So, hello. And I'm thinking that it's good that I'm now in territory that I don't know at all. I am, really enjoying the experience. It is nothing like I thought it would be, and it is all the good things it could possibly be. So, yeah, it's good. It's warm. It's about 26 degrees now, and I think I have about another 20 or 30 minutes, and then I'll be back at the house. So I'm going to call it a day for today. I'm going to try and put some photographs here and there, left and right. Of course, you can find me on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and the TikToks. I've enjoyed making them. So, yeah, come and say hi anywhere, all the time, everywhere. And I hope to see you soon. Bye.